710 ESPN Seattle presents Bob and Groz's One More Thing.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
The NFL lockout affected no one. We'll discuss. All right, you can hear the crowd noise in the background here as the Seahawks are working out. It's a long ways away, though. We can't see anything or tell you anything about that. But Rockstar Bob, you're a well-known sportscaster now in this area and all over the country. You're familiar with the NFL lockout. Remember that thing?
I do believe we mentioned it here or there, yeah.
I think what we're talking about, I mean, if anyone was talking about anything about it, it was going to be about long-term impact, that it's really going to have some long-term impact.
So cars were going to have to be sold, yachts were going to have to be put up for sale,
Right.
having to give up one of the three homes. It was going to be bad for a lot of
Clayton
people.
would come on with us, talk about how the NFL was going to be losing money and all this money was going down the drain. It was hundreds of millions. Even losing 2 weeks was $200 million. Well, today's news kind of puts all that in perspective, I think, a little bit. Today, ESPN, actually it'd be Disney, I guess, who did the deal originally, extended their deal with the NFL to the year 2021. It's actually the current deal they have ends 2014, so it's a 7-year extension.
The Monday Night Football deal.
Exactly right. They have, sorry, that's your line. Exactly right, though. But they have taken it, they've
Feel free to use it.
given them an $800 million bump from $1.1 billion to $1.9 billion a year for 7 years. That'd be
Starting when?
in 2014 to 2021 when the deal ends. An $800 million a year bump. Now, you might be saying, well, that seems like a lot. So they'll be getting $2 billion a year on the
That
deal.
seems like a lot, Groz.
Well, you know what's interesting to me about the ABC deal, the ESPN deal, whatever you want to call this deal?
What?
It includes 0 Super Bowls. And how many playoff games do you think?
I'm going to go with 0.
0 playoff games. Now, I'm noticing that CBS and Fox, their deals are in play for about 2 more years. They're going to expire for 2 more years. Though the NFL did a curious thing when they did this thing with ESPN. They announced that we'd kind of like to have our TV deals wrapped up by the end of the year. So CBS, I think, is paying about $700 million a year, just to give you a contrast for it. Fox about $600 million a year, but they get playoff games and they get the Super Bowl.
So how much more per year might they be paying then?
Well, that's a very good question, Bob. I'm thinking that they might get doubled as well. So this whole thing might wind up costing the league. I guess that'd be the wrong way of putting it. It wouldn't be costing
No,
the league.
this cost them nothing.
Looks like they're going to make about $10 billion out of it.
So they will be able to keep the houses, the boats, the cars, and everybody's fine.
The NFL's got an unscrewable pooch. You cannot mess with the NFL league. Yes, want to look that up? Look up Gus Grissom. You ever heard that phrase?
No.
It's okay. Look it up. Look it up. Look up NASA astronaut Gus Grissom. You'll understand the unscrewable pooch that is the NFL.